DAX formulas in Power BI and how to create relationships in Power BI. I know a lot of you have been asking for this video, so guys, finally it is here. Alright, so I'm going to make the data set available in the description below. So if you want to work with me, you can download the data set and practice along. Alright guys, so let's start. The first thing to do is to go and import our data. So we'll click on get data, click on Excel workbook, and select the data we're working with, then click on open. So it's going to load to our Power Query. So remember, I always mention this: before you load your data, first transform it, right? It's just safer that way. So you can cross check your data to be sure that it is clean and ready for analysis. So this is a 4 table in our data. So we're going to go ahead and select 4 of them. Then we'll click on transform data. So we're going to look through it, see if we have any data cleaning process to do. So basically, I don't think so. This is a date data. It is a date, quantity, then the price. The price should be a dollar. Should be a dollar sign. Should be in dollar sign. Yeah. Then total price, total sales should be okay. Let's check the product table. So the product table is also cool. Let's check the date table. Yeah, it's in date format. Yeah, correct. Let's check the customer table. This customer, the first column is not our column name. So our column name is here. So we're going to make our first row to be our column name. So you just highlight it, then you go over here. We see use first row as header. So click on it. Then we made our first row our header. So customer ID, customer name, and region. So our data sets, they are ready to go. So after that, we are going to go to close and apply, and click on close and apply. So guys, our data is loaded here. This is our 4 data. So next thing we are going to do is to create relationship between these 4 data, right? So why do we create relationship between them? We will create relationship between tables because we want to be able to analyze them as one. We want to be able to analyze them as one. Looking at these 4 tables now, this one contains customer info, this one contains product info. If we don't create a relationship between these 4 tables, right, we will not be able to know the customer that purchased any of the products, or we will not be able to know how many customers that purchased how many products. Like, we'll not be able to analyze both of them together. We'll not be able to analyze all these data together. They will just be on their own. We have to analyze customer data, customer table on its own, date table on its own, product table on its own, sales table on its own. So that's why we create relationship between them, so that we can work with them as one. Because these 4 tables, they are from the same company, the same business. So we were supposed to work with them as one, so that we can find out how many customers, right? So that we can find out how many customers that purchase how many products, right? So this is why we actually create relationships between them. So we create relationships between tables using their foreign and primary key. So if you want to know more about foreign and primary key, let me know in the comment section, but I'm just going to brief you what they are all about. So a primary key is a unique identifier, right? It's a unique key that identifies each customer or each sales or each product, right? So is unique to each customer. Based for this sales data set, is unique for each sales. Like example, this sales ID now, the sales ID 1 is unique. There should not be any other sales ID 1. So one of the qualities of a primary key is that it does not have duplicates. So that's how you identify primary key and foreign key. Primary key don't have duplicates. Is a column that have unique information that cannot be duplicated, that you cannot see any of the information being duplicated or appearing more than once. Any column that you see that kind of information, that column is a primary key. Any column you see and information that is not duplicated, that is unique, is a primary key. Then any column that you see information that can be duplicated, like this product ID now, you see P1, P2, P3, P1. You are seeing P1 by 2 times, is not a primary key. This column can be a foreign key. Foreign key has duplicates, right? Then this customer ID now, you notice we have C1, C2, C3, C1. So this customer ID will be a foreign key because there is duplicate. So a primary key is unique. There should not be any form of duplicate in a primary key. So you connect two tables using the primary key of the first table, you connect with the foreign key of the second table. Another quality of a foreign key, apart from it having duplicates, another quality of the foreign key is that it's usually the primary key of the first table. So if I want to connect this sales table to this customer table, right? Or let me say I want to connect sales table to product table. Let me see. If I want to connect the sales table to the product table, so if I want to connect sales table and product table, I'm going to use product ID. So you see this, there's product ID in this product table, and it has P1, P2, P3. And if you go back to the sales table, you will also see product ID which have P1, P2, P3, P1. So between this product ID in sales table and the product ID in product table, which one do you think is the primary key? So the primary key will be the product ID column that does not have duplicates, and the one that has duplicates will be the foreign key. So you see that both of them have product ID, product ID. That's why I said foreign key is usually the foreign key of a table, usually the primary key of the table you are connecting it with. So we are connecting sales table and product table. The sales table, the product ID in the sales table is a foreign key, while the product ID in the product table is a primary key. How do we know it's a primary key? Because it does not have duplicates. It just P1, P2, P3. But the one in the sales table has duplicates. P1, P2, P3, P1. Right? So this is it. So if you are connecting these two tables now, we connect based on this. We connect both of the product ID. One is the primary key, while one is the foreign key. So let's go ahead and do the connection. So we go to our model view. So what happens is that Power BI, automatically do connections that it can recognize for us. So you always have to cross check it to be sure it's correct, and also do any connection that it wasn't done. So most times when you're connecting table, tables, you connect all the table using the fat table. So what is a fat table? A fat table is like the main table that holds the core data you want to analyze. It contains numerical values like sales amounts, quantities, or profits, which can be summed, averaged, or calculated. Right. So a fat table is like your sales receipt records. Your sales receipt records is a fat table. So looking at our work here, you notice that we have sales table. That means this sales table is a fat table. So most times our sales table is our fat table. It's like the main table. The sales table is the main table that contains all the data. You see that the sales table has customer ID, it has date, it also have something that has to do with products, right? And there's a table here, a date table here, there's a product table, there's a customer table. So this is the fat table, right? It is the main table, right? And it has things like sales amount, quantities, or profits. That's how you know the fat table. So we usually connect all the tables to the fat table. The fat table is what we use to connect all the tables. We connect the product ID to the fat table. We connect the customer ID to the fat table, the date table to the fat table, and so on. So then the other tables are called dimension tables. Tables like products, customer, and so on. They are called dimension tables. So we connect fact table to our dimension table. So if you still want to know more about primary key, foreign key, fact table, dimension table, if you want a in-depth video on it, you can let me know. So we can do that. So yeah, let's continue with our connection. So first, I'm going to connect the sales table to our product ID table. So you see the product table and the sales table here. There's already an existing connection between them, and you will notice that Power BI connected them using their product ID and quantity, which is wrong. So we are going to edit it. Okay, yeah, the connection was done with product ID and product ID. So you see the product table, this is the product ID for the product table, and this is the product ID for the sales table. The one for the sales table is the foreign key, and this one is the primary key. This is not all the data for the sales table. There's a remaining row. There's a row that is not showing here, and that row contains a duplicate, right? To show you that this product ID is a foreign key because it has duplicates, and this product ID is a primary key because it doesn't have duplicates. So that means this connection is correct. So we're going to leave it, and then let's connect the customer table to the sales table. So let's click on this. If you click on it, notice that customer ID, they are connected using their customer ID. So let's click on it. Let's click on this arrow here. So the sales table and the customer table is connected using the customer ID. So one is the primary key while one is a foreign key. So to know the foreign key, just check the one that have duplicates. That's how you know. Now let's connect sales table and date table. It wasn't connected for us, so we are going to use the date. We are going to connect this date to this date. So to connect it, just double click on this date and drag it to this date. So we have these two dates here, and we are connecting these two tables based on these two dates. So we'll save it. Click on save. So we have created this we've created a relationship. So all our tables connected, all our domain, all our tables is connected to the facts table. All our dimension table is connected to the facts table, right? The fact table is the sales table and the rest is the dimension table. So guys, let's go back to our report view so we can start creating some DAX formulas. So if you're still watching here, I want to know your questions, and if you are learning a lot, in the comment section before you go ahead. And don't forget to like and subscribe. So guys, yeah, let's continue with our DAX. That's what we are all here for, learning how to write DAX. Okay, so number one, I'm going to calculate total sales using DAX formula. So I'm going to create a DAX formula to calculate our total sales. So to create that, you can just come over to this sales table, right click, and then you see new measures, or you can, or when you look at this, the ribbons here, you're going to see new measure here, and you click on it. So when you click on this new measure, a formula bar will come up. So in that formula bar, we now put our formulas. So there's really nothing so scary about DAX. I know we are also scared of DAX. Even me, when I started learning, I was like, DAX, oh my God, it's so difficult. DAX is just an advanced formula for Excel. You know how we write formulas in Excel? It's very similar to DAX, just that it's a little more advanced than Excel formula. You can do more with DAX than Excel. You can create more formulas using DAX than Excel, right? Than formulas in Excel. So they are very similar, they're very familiar. If you know how to write formulas in Excel, then DAX shouldn't be difficult for you because they are almost the same thing, just a little different. They're almost the same thing. So there's really no reason for you to be scared of it. So if you've not yet learned how to, write formulas in Excel, I'm going to put a link over there for you to click on and watch how to write formulas in Excel. So yeah, we want to create DAX formula for total sales. So you clear up the measure, then write the name of the measure, you want, which is total sales. So after writing the name total sales, you can now put equals to total sales equals to sum. We're just going to sum our total sales column, right? So see, easy. When you click on sum, when you select sum, then you click on the total sales column. So you're going to look for the total sales column here. You click on it, then you click on this commit. So it's going to load and you see that we have total sales here. So if we select it and use card, know that we have 2,310 sales. This is a sum of total sales, right? So if you want to see your formula again, just click on this. You see it. So total sales equals the sum of our total sales column to get your total sale. So to get the total quantity sold, let's get the total quantity sold. The total quantity sold. So you click on new measure. So it's the same thing with the total sale. So total quantity sold equals to sum. Click on it, then select quantity, the quantity column. So here's the quantity column. Then click on either you click on enter or you click on this commit here. So this is it, our total quantity. So click on it and then choose this card so that we can see the number. So we had a total of 38 products sold. Total of 38 products sold. So yeah, the next thing we're going to calculate is the sales by region. So sales by each region. So to do that, you click on new measure, the formula box will pop up, then you write the title of your that's sales by region. Okay, we're going to use this instead because by is a function, so we're going to use that. So sales by region equals to sum x. So there's a difference between sum and sum x. Just sum is an aggregation function. It just adds everything together and give you a total. But sum x will give you calculate it by each row. Each row, it will give you, let's say we are calculating total sales using sum x, it will give you total sale of each sale one by one, total sales of each sale one by one. It will give you the total number. It will be like you know how a column is. It will create a column for you and give you total sales of each of the units sold. It will give you the total sum of sales that was made. So yeah, sum x, then we're using our sales table. Sum x, we're using our sales to be comma, and we're using our quantity table. Sum s quantity column multiplied by our price column. So to get the sales by region, you're going to identify the sales table comma, then we'll do sales quantity column multiplied by price. Quantity column multiplied by the price. It will give us sales by region. So we'll click on it. So we have sales by region. So we'll click on this and then we are going to click out, select our region. Yeah, we select our region. So with this, we can know the total sales by each region. So North America has more sales than Asia than Europe. North America has more sales than Asia and then Europe. Then you're going to calculate the average sales price. So we're still going to click on new measure and then write our measure title, average sales price equals to average, then we'll select our price column, our price column. So know the average price of our sales, like all the sales that we made, the average price of our sales. So I don't know if you guys know another name of average. There's another name we call average. I want if you know, can you type it in the comment section? There's another name we call average, and it's something that everyone knows, but not everyone knows that both of them means average. So if you know another name that average is being called, write it on the comment section. I would like to know. So I'll click on commit. So we have our average sales price. So the average sales price is $67.5. $67.5. So this is the average sales price for all our sales. So guys, the next measure we're going to create is sales this year. We're going to calculate the total sales that we have this year. So we click on new measure and we select sale. We write the name of our gap, which is sales this year. So sales this year is equals to calculate total sales, comma, then the date, year. You know it's year that we're focusing on. We want to find out the total sales for this year, equals to year today. So we are using year today because it's the current year. Then we close the brackets and leave it. So yeah, so this is sales this year equals to calculate total sales. We want to know the total sales for this year, 2024. So calculate total sales in our date table, year, the equals to year today. That means the year for this today. So if today's year is 2025, it will just calculate total sales for 2025. But today's year is 2024, so it's going to calculate total sales for 2024. So we click on this. So the sales this year is still 2,310 because the data set is only for this year. So, but just in case you have a different data set and that have different year, you can definitely do that to find out the sales for the year that you want to know. So guys, I think this video is already getting so long and I don't want it to be so long. So we are going to have another video on DAX and we're going to do more DAX creation. So if you liked this video, then look out for the next video on DAX. We're going to go deeper into it. And if you have any question, you can always ask in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.